welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Throwing to start the drive. O'Donnell. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on first down. O'Donnell. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Looking to throw on second down. O'Donnell going for Hurd on the deep ball. It got his man complete. A big play there for Indy. 61 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Colts. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. They'll run on first down. It's Hopkins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The Titans are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I'd never return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And some space here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Hopkins. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, it's Hopkins. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. O'Donnell. Throw to the right, taken in by Hurd. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the gun on 3rd down. O'Donnell. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Hopkins. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Up the middle they go. Hopkins. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On 3rd down, it's Hopkins. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on the job.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll run on first down. It's Hopkins. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Hopkins. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Back to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. They run with Hines, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hopkins, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. He'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end, because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
To throw on 3rd down. O'Donnell. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And that'll be caught by Toney.
Touchdown!
Kadarius Toney,
33 yards.
And the Titans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. First and 10, Taylor now. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, O'Donnell. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. O'Donnell to the right side, complete to Taylor. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
Catch is made by Hurd. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college. Once the ball's gone, you can't continue on and get your shot in. That's one where you have to have some discipline. And even though he's a rookie, he really should know better.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Colts! A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point safely through. And the lead is now 14-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go now.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Throwing to start the drive. O'Donnell. He gets this into the hands of Taylor.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to...
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
They find some open field here.
And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, O'Donnell. Open man is heard. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off play action. O'Donnell. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
79 Broncos.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And it's a Titans touchdown.
Chris Godwin,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Titans have got it back to within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. O'Donnell sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Again, it's Taylor.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Point after, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
19 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 4th down, O'Donnell. This one finds Pierce on the out route. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin to drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Williams brings it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
It's a gain of 35. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back,
and he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It's
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. O'Donnell. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Hines now on the return. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass complete to Hines.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Mustang 19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete.
And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. On first down, it's Hopkins.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 47 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
To the 27-yard line.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Hopkins. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. This one into the hands of Hurd. Down inside the 10. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that would just about put a capper on this game. The extra point up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines.
And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Colts come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Colts, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall to 1-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.